What's going on, guys? Here with my 1991 Civic, and I am in need of a stereo upgrade. Let me get in the car here. This is the original radio from 1991. I have already replaced the speakers. Obviously the covers are on them so you can't see them, but I'll show you a little clip that I'll insert right here of the original Honda speakers versus the new Kenwoods that I got. Got some new speakers for my Civic. Since I'm going to be putting a lot of miles on it, daily driving it 50 miles one way to my new job, I figured I better upgrade the radio in there, and hopefully this will at least give it some better sound, because the other speakers, they would cut in and out and they sounded terrible. In fact, I already took them out. Let me show you guys what they look like. They basically deteriorated as I took them out of my car. So yeah, here is the original speaker that I pulled out of the car. It is a Honda speaker, two-way, 50 watts. Check that out. It just deteriorated all around this edge and then around this edge. I mean, this is just like deteriorated paper and like cardboard material. It's super gone. I mean, this speaker is almost 30 years old, y'all. So it has had its time. And I'm not really big into audio. I just need something that works. So, you know, this was a relatively cheap upgrade. I think I bought these for like 40 something bucks off of Amazon. And they say they're a direct fit, but we will see. I don't know, I guess with speakers, sometimes you just have to modify them. So we'll see if they fit in this little bracket here that fits onto the car, and we'll go from there. Awesome, so I'm super happy about this. I just kind of retrofitted it in there. First of all, look at the difference. Honda OEM, Kenwood. I mean, I don't know much about audio, so, you know, I'm not, you know, too impressed with this, but whatever. I just needed something that worked, something that didn't sound like it was literally coming out of a piece of paper. So this is what I got, and check this out. This is a little holder bracket that fits in the door, and I just put it right in there. Fits up perfect. There, 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 and there. Awesome. I got all my screws and hardware sitting down there, and then I'll just button this guy in, and they look to have the same connections, you know, just a positive and a negative. So I'm pretty sure that those will work. Here's the Honda OEM ones, and then there's the Kenwood ones. Oops, they are magnets, so they are trying to stick together. Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about this. Let me show you guys. So here it is in the door. I cleaned it up. Of course, there was just tons of dirt and grime all the way around here. Also, the actual cover that goes over the speaker, it was completely stained. All right, guys, I have my new Kenwood speakers in their brackets here, ready to go in the car. Just a few bolts to get them in, and then put the covers on, and I'll be listening to some high quality music in no time. All right, so if anybody was wondering, the installation of these speakers, or actually the connection of these speakers, is very simple. You have a larger one right there and a smaller one right there. One is positive, one is negative. And if you look at the speaker, the back of the speaker, one of those prongs is larger, that looks like to be the positive side, and then one is smaller, which is the negative side. Just hook those up, put in your 4 screws, and like I did over there, you'll be good to go. Just need to put the covers on. All right, and if you were wondering how this shield right here was held in, you see those 2 plugs, those just fit right in there. These 2 ends just slide in right here, and then there's a space right there, 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 and there for those 2 clips on the top and those 2 on the bottom. So you just slide that in like that. Give it a good tap. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just screw in your last 2 screws, and this one will be installed. All right, so I replaced those speakers because this radio, whenever I'd go over bumps, like the driver's side one would cut out and it would, you know, it wouldn't play, and the quality of it was just really, really low. So I first thought it was the speakers. They were all broken up, as you just saw as the inserted clip, but it is still cracking up and, you know, not playing correctly. So I'm not much of an audio guy, so I don't really care for the best sound system. I just need one that actually works. So this is what I got. This is just, you know, a cheapy Sony one. I mean, it's supposed to be good, you know, a good bang for your buck type of radio. Obviously, I don't need a CD player. It's 2019, so I don't have any CDs, but this one does have Bluetooth. So that's really what I wanted. It even has a little call function right there. You can, you know, do your phone calls through your radio. And, oh, and the big thing, I can Bluetooth, like if I want to listen to podcasts or videos or music, whatever, you know, on my phone, I can do that. It also has this nifty little window right here for a USB connection, so I can charge my phone if I need to. And yeah, this one, it's really small and light. I obviously got it because it fits inside the Civic. Also, just another little cool thing, the stock Civic 1991 radio has blue lighting, and so does this one, so there you go. I also had to buy a wiring adapter. This one goes to the stereo, and then this is this one will hook up to my Honda wiring harness to make sure that everything works. I did have to use some butt connectors and, you know, crimp these and connect these to this. So this should just be plug and play. I should just get the old one out and hook this up, hook it up to the radio, and it all should work. Let's just give you a quick overview of me doing that. So let's go ahead and walk over to my car. First thing I'm going to do is undo a couple of screws that house this little center plastic thing right here. It's just 2 screws on each side, one right there at the bottom, and then one right in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and undo those screws. We can pop off this plastic piece. Before we get, you know, started installing the stereo, I also wanted to show you another thing that I got for my Civic. Now, my Civic does not have any cup holders stock from the factory, so I picked up this cool thing. I actually got this off of eBay. It was about around $25 shipped, and it is a cup holder. They claim that this can fit even a large McDonald's, you know, size cup, just for reference. So, and what it does is it actually takes the place of the stock ashtray in the car. So I thought that's really cool. I think they call this CAD designed. It's basically like computer design, and then it's like made with a piece of you know, made from a block of plastic or something like that. So just include this small bracket, a couple of screws. All you have to do is take off the plastic thing off of your ashtray, which is this piece right here, and then screw it on to the new piece. Remove a couple screws on the plastic panel, which I will be taking off anyways to install that stereo, and, you know, just slide it into the correct direction and then screw in the screws. So let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. So here inside the car, so here's my radio, and right below here is the ashtray. All you gotta do is just pull that out, take off this plastic piece right here so it will match, undo a couple of screws, and switch out the hardware and slide it in correctly. That's really it. I thought that was really cool for all you guys who actually own an EF Civic. I'll post up a picture of the eBay ad that I got this from. I mean, maybe you guys might be interested in it. So yeah, might be interested in checking that out. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this plastic piece out of here and let's start this installation. Plastic piece is out. I'll come back to this. I'm first going to install the stereo, and then I'll get to installing this nice new cup holder. So let's go ahead and walk over to the car. And let's see, here we are left with the radio face, which is held on by a couple screws right there and there. But then underneath here, there is also another screw right back there. So it's behind this little plate, but it's a little tiny, another Phillips head screw. So I'll have to work my little screwdriver back there and undo that one, and then just undo the electrical clip of the radio, and it should slide right out. Old versus new. Again, I'm not a big audio person. I'm just doing this just so I can play stuff from my phone in my car, because I'm actually putting 100 miles on this car a day, Monday through Friday, driving it to work. So I need at least something that connects to my phone and I can play some music to pass the time. All right, the wiring harness plugged right into the Honda stock OEM harness. Just have to plug this into the stereo. I have it right here. The Honda bracket around it fits perfect. And then just have to hook up the antenna to the radio and then just slide it in. Should go right in, and then put in my few screws. I'll do that real quick and I'll show you guys whenever I have it in. Radio installed. Woohoo! All right, looks great. Nice Sony radio. Obviously I can't play any music for copyright reasons, but let's go ahead and install that cup holder here. All right, first step, let's undo these two screws that hold on this plastic end here. Let's see, there's one there and one there. Let's go ahead and undo those. The Honda part is screwed on there. Next, these instructions say we remove these two screws, which are right there. Gonna go ahead and do that. I undid these two screws. The kit does provide new screws and washers that we're going to use. The next step says to slide the cup holder in between that ridge and that ridge right there, and it will go between these two areas right here. So just slide that in there, like so. You can see it's between there on that side and there on that side, right on the rails. Looks just like that. Next, we are left with those two openings, and we have one piece, this piece right here, that we're going to install right there. So we're just going to take this like that, make it go through the hole of the actual cup holder, line it up basically like that, and put those new screws, tighten those new screws in there. Oops. I'll get that in and I'll show you guys. All right guys, here it is. Just pull it out, and there you go. There's my new cup holder. This part does stick out, but you know, that's gonna be low on the console and you won't see that too much. Doesn't really matter anyways. So cool, got myself a cup holder in the EF now. Honda.